being able to be used as a float.
Yeah, Robin can float. Pichu. There's a couple characters in HDR that can float, but I think they all do cancel
Gotcha.
when you let go of the button there, which makes the instant aerials easier. Again, it's not a matter of you can or can't do it. I just believe there's an extra input in Rivals.
Yeah, just like a muscle memory thing that a lot of people are struggling to adapt to. It definitely makes sense. I think it's also like on top of the float stuff, obviously, Fleet is also a character that can use, she has flip kick essentially, and and her up
Thank
is kind
God
of like
it's
a
not
quick
as
attack.
good as flip kick.
Yeah,
Thank
obviously
God.
not. It's not used.
Thank God they're not as good as those two moves.
It certainly doesn't have the same like mobility, or quite the same offensive niches as those moves. But when you put them all together on one character, you do get someone that's able to be really tricky with her movement when she's optimized. I've seen players like Halite and Cherry especially, like push Fleet's movement just full of constant edge cancels and using especially up B as like a combo ender as well, or like a combo extender. It's so cool. I was very like when I first played as Fleet, I was really underwhelmed, and then I saw like all the Fleets just doing like side B, side B, side B, and I'm like, well, that sucks. And then I watched those two play, and I'm like, okay, wait a second, they might have cooked with this character.
Maybe there's some gas. Yeah, maybe there's some gas.
Yeah, there's something here, and I feel like Kib does tend to be a bit more of a like reserved player, but still has quite a bit of sauce up his sleeve, and also just a nice guy. I like him.
I feel like just because side B is such a clearly amazing move, and that's the first thing a lot of Fleet players go to, right? Like, it's actually free pressure. It's so good to just throw out, because even if they parry, you are still actionable, so you can just play around it as such. So I think that is just the most clearly good thing, and I think the easiest thing is what a lot of people will kind of be drawn to when a game is new.
Yeah.
But I think, like you said, a lot of the cool stuff you can do with stuff like down B, stuff like up B, is going to take some time for people to figure out, but I think it's definitely there. And I think that's when this character is going to be pushed in a big way. And you saw the ledge cancel float off of the back of the up B right there as a movement burst option, which is really, really cool.
For sure, that's where a lot of the meta pushing. Ooh, uppercut with Tac0caT. We talked a little bit about Maypul up B earlier. Still lots of ways to use that as both a combo extender with the tether and a combo ender with the uppercut.
Yeah, that move is so good. It's another move in Maypul's kit that is just like, it's just like kind of like the cherry on top. Like she doesn't need it necessarily, and it's just a nice thing to have. And you're just like, that's why this character's good, huh? They got a little bit of everything.
Yeah. That's really how it just goes with these fast cannon characters. But
is Maypul that light? I was under the impression that she was heavier than like Raster and Rano.
She's heavier, so I don't know the values in this game, but in Rivals 1, it's Raster is the lightest, like without taking other stats into account, just the pure weight status. Raster, and then Ori, and then Absa, Maypul, and Palm are all tied in weight, and then Rano.
Okay.
And then you get to 1 weight, which is like the median or like the average.
I see. So it's probably similar in this game. It feels like Raster is so much lighter than Maypul. Maybe that's just why I was tripping about it.
So I don't know if they've changed the way that the weight system works in this game, but in Rivals 1, there are separate weight stats that also affect horizontal and vertical knockback. So in Rivals 1 specifically, like Raster and all of the air team characters, they all die earlier off the top and later off the bottom, but you're usually killing off the top instead of the bottom, so that aspect of them tends to come into play with pretty much every character having a lot of vertical kill confirms.
I see.
That aspect of Raster is probably still true in this game, but also vertical kill confirms are a lot harder to actually kill with. So you're going to see it come into play a little less often.
Okay, that's interesting. That is, not complicated at all.
I've looked at the spreadsheets for character stats so many times, I just like memorize most of the numbers relating to weight, but I definitely got, coming into it, it's a little more than some other games.
And honestly, seeing a really nice game here from Tac0caT. I feel like, it has been doing a really good job of finding opportunities to place this pressure on Tac0caT and finding opportunities to, start the set play and get the combos going. But it feels like Tac0caT is always just kind of a step ahead in terms of setting up a kill confirm and setting up the stock. And I think that's kind of the story we've been telling today is you can do damage, but it's not a game of damage, right? It's a game of stocks. And I feel like Maypul and Craig are damn good at taking them. That being said, there was some really big signs of cool stuff there. I feel like the movement coming out from Kib is quite tricky, and that there's a lot of opportunities for outplays there. It's just like sometimes you can get lost in the sauce of like, I want to outplay you, I want to have all this cool movement, I want to have these tricky things going on, and that kind of outdoes the like, I need to win neutral, I need to have fundies, I need to do XXX to make sure I'm playing consistently. And so there's definitely a balance of how many weird things you have going on and how many games can you finesse with the weird things, and how consistent are you in general with the basics. All right, we're seeing, is it Molly, is that one called? I believe.
Poppy is the
Oh, Poppy,
Hummel.
yes.
Yeah, Poppy, we honestly haven't seen a lot of Poppies coming out from the Maples in this bracket, mostly Tac0caT, who's like been the main rep of her. But lots of potential with Poppy for sure. I think that the fact that they did nerf her a little bit, so
Didn't get the wall jump actually.
Speaking of strong options, that fleet there is always going to be an absolute just character-defining trait of hers, I think.
Yeah, that is... that's crazy. I feel like that down air is like what gives people hope. You know, like side B's the first thing, you're like, this is crazy, and then the down air, you're like, there's something here. There's something here.
Obviously gotta have a bit of aim to make it happen, but with that aim, you can just spike like every character from just anywhere. Like,
it's super early too.
It feels really weak, and then you get hit by it, and it's like, well,
you're like, it's not.
All right, guess I died to that one. My bad.
I don't know if we've seen that special getup work for Tac0caT one time today. I've seen it a couple times. It just has not been super reliable. I feel like it's good if someone is standing on you, but even to that degree, it's slow enough that people can react to it.
Yeah, I don't know. The utility of marking someone with it is definitely there, but it's pretty risky.
There's so many easy ways to mark people, though, if you want to. I feel like this is kind of an unexplored territory. I talked with Bio a little bit about this. I feel like Rivals players in general are too cool to camp with Maypul. But I feel like that doesn't mean it's not possible.
So what? Not all of them. Not all of them. That said, the way I see it is I think they've worked really hard, the devs that is, to try to make it so that it's less viable for Maypul to camp in this game.
Sure.
Stuff like letting you hit Lily, which you could not do in Rivals 1. You had to go through Lily, you had to dodge through her, you had to parry or something like that.
I see.
Stuff like that. And I think that Lily, I find that in general, Lily's just harder to hit people into, that might just be, that's probably a skill issue. I do think that they're doing what they can to make it so that Maypul can camp less. At the same time, though, you know, she is still, like, by default, at least I think it's still the case in this game, the character with the fastest running speed, that's naturally going to give you an opportunity to camp. But comparatively speaking, like, there are some really lame Maypuls in Rivals 1. Let's not get it twisted. Ooh.
Let's not get it twisted. I just feel like the addition of shield, the addition of... you know, some of the in-engine mechanics combined with the fact that Maypul has such a strong burst option that just got buffed in dash attack, and then...
See, that's another thing, though. Like, yeah, dash attack got buffed, and I'm pretty grateful for that. Dash attack was so much better in the first game. Oh my god.
And, I also feel like... Oh, go ahead.
The thing is like, because of, you know, CC and floor hugging in this game, it's like, it's a lot less consistent. In Rivals 1, literally, unless you hit someone who is, like, at the ledge, which also happens in this game, but unless they're, like, at the ledge or already off stage, they're getting hit by both hits. And that second hit pops them up at a really nice angle. But I definitely do see what you mean in some regards. Just having more defensive mechanics is going to make people take a few less risks when she is going on the offensive, or when she's getting pressured.
She has like a great projectile in neutral view, which allows you to set up some stuff. Back killed super early.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with Fleet, is like, you think of her as being a character that struggles to kill, and usually you'd be right, but every once in a while she's just gonna hit one of those like point blank strongs, and the kill power on those is obscene.
I was saying, every character that's not Craig and Maypul kills at 80% or 150, and there's no in between. I feel like Fleet is no exception to that. I also feel like Maypul's F tilt is one of the best, if not like the best facing tool in the game.
Yeah. Honestly, he's probably one of the worst offenders of the like, killing inconsistencies. Definitely makes sense for like a projectile-oriented character, but there are times where it feels like a very extreme dichotomy with her best kills and her worst kills.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Oh, wait, that was crazy!
Yeah, and there it is, the down air coming into play once again. And with Maypul not being able to do the uppercut recoveries, Tac0caT might have been able to do like side B wall jump recovery, but it was gonna be tight, and Kib definitely had time to go for more options off of that.
But I feel like the side B wall jump up air definitely gives you more height in that situation than just going for the up B right out of the down air. But it is hard to know and hard to react in situations like that unless you're ready for it. The get up special once again is not reliable enough to hit in that situation. Tac0caT's still going for it. I guess letting your opponent know that you'll do it means they have to worry about it at least to a degree. The down air off the back of the parry into the back air is almost enough to kill, and now clinging to the side of the stage, the down smash almost connects, but isn't quite enough. Alright, we're seeing kind of the Maypul blender where you get caught with forward tilt and then she lands with a nair, and then he catches with another forward tilt and lands with a nair. Able to get back, and you can actually angle Fleet's up B.
That's the second hit, yeah. Same here, honestly. Like, I originally thought it was just 3 angles. It does seem like there's a lot of in-between you can go for if you're able to nail those angles consistently. And ooh, fair spike. Kib does still have a full stock lead, which is really good for him right now. Lots of ways for him to kill Tac0caT with the right setups. The question is Taco going to give him space to actually start their setups? Because so far the answer has been no.
Wow, he's able to get a side B off there and still make it back to the stage. Tac0caT able to return with the spike, but a really good attempt from Kib, recognizing what you can kind of push the recovery to do. This might kill him. Okay, no, the air dodge is going to get Tac0caT out of that situation, but the back air out of disadvantage is going to be the game on the side of Kib.
Yeah, managing to still clutch out at the end. That lead was just too insurmountable for Tac0caT. But with that, we are down potentially match point here. This is Tac0caT's bracket, life on the line. You know, we haven't streamed a whole lot of losers with the pace bracket's been running at, but we are seeing that now where players are being pushed to their limits, the same bracket.
The pressure's definitely on once you hit the loser side of things, but I feel like a lot of these players have a ton of bracket experience to the point where it's not the biggest deal anymore. I feel like you can talk about kind of the psychology of it or whatever, but I feel like in a tournament like this, people are mostly playing just to get the reps in.
For sure. Arrows coming through. A little bit of damage on Tac0caT and the mine as well.
What is this off the ledge? I love that. Using the iframes on the ledge combined with the iframes of the down special to give yourself an extended invulnerability period back onto the stage is really clever. Right, the down air. Going for these back airs, trying to make something happen, almost even in percentage. The tornado is going to protect the ledge, but the angle is just wrong. Unfortunately for Kib, going to lose that stuff early to himself. Down throw into the forward smash. Unfortunately, not going to find that just right. So only 95% on the side of Tac0caT, but sent off stage means the wall cling is able to get to the ledge with that back air. So threatening at the ledge and such a strong kill move for Fleet, especially right at the ledge. Float, honestly, it seems like it's at its best in this game when you're using it to cover multiple ledge options. It is so threatening.
For sure.
Down throw into forward smash. Okay, the get up attack is going to get him out of danger. The crouch cancel on the down tilt. The shield comes out, but nothing out of shield means that Tac0caT's going to be able to continue the pressure. Yeah, Kib getting a little complacent in that shield, and Tac0caT recognizing just go for those grabs. Here we go, a bit of a combo coming out from Kib, lots of aerials. You know, that bow certainly makes for a nice weapon in its own right. Lots of meaty hits with those up airs and back airs. Oh, this back air is so nasty. Alright, doesn't commit to the ledge there on the side B, means that the tether is actually going to come through the forward air. Sends Kib off stage. The aggressive fair caught out by Lily. Just a couple hits is enough to get back on the stage. Tornado is now out, but Tac0caT is able to avoid it, but not before jumping into a back air. And Kib is so aware of the pressure that the tornado creates, using the tornado to push out situations where you either have to shield, parry, or jump, and calling out the jump perfectly in that situation.
For sure. A very simple move in her kit in a lot of ways, but a very effective one that requires a lot of mindfulness to properly counterplay. And Tac0caT doing the best. Oh, we finally got a hit.
Both of us noticed.
Yeah. That's the character arc here for Tac0caT, and also getting the killer right there. I don't know if he actually hit something off of the tether, because I feel like that definitely would have galaxied, but...
The up B back onto stage. Hey, this stage doesn't wreck your ears anymore when it transitions to layout.
That's very true.
Best change we've seen. Alright, the blow up is going to be shield. I would have liked to see either a falling nair or a grab come out in that situation. Free shield pressure. That being said, the tag in place is going to be caught with the down smash and looking for a jump, but fortunately for Tac0caT doesn't give it up, but the pressure at the ledge is still so hard to deal with right now.
Yeah, really good mindfulness from Tac0caT to be sure, but Kib still managing to rack up so much percent that we do have Tac0caT potentially at kills percent. Okay, you're scaring me a little bit there. Gotta be more careful.
Yeah, that back air definitely will take out Maypul at the ledge. It's so strong. That being said, I'm not too sure anything else will outside of a smash attack if you roll into it, and Tac0caT has given that one up one too many times. That down throw, especially at this percent, you always want to roll away because that forward smash is probably coming out 99% of the time. Low off stage, just not good enough, but the high recovery is punished with the rising back air, and Kib just good enough, recognizing the counterplay positions and taking that game and taking the set.
Yeah, that will be that. Kib moving on. Let's see here. With that, we do have another side of losers quarters to jump to in just a second. Let's get a little look at what our bracket's looking like, because we should be having Grayson and Kusi here. Create private lobby here. Let me just drop that for them.
And we'll see if Kusi sticks to